So here we are. We are going to finish up the ribs. They're still in the oven now. I'm just making myself a little side dish of vegetables here. I usually do this with green beans, but no green beans here today. So if our buddy Irving is watching, don't worry, man, this is safe. What I've got in here is some broccoli, some red pepper, some bok choy. I sliced up a couple cloves of garlic, and I did slice up one small Scotch bonnet hot pepper. So these guys are sauteing in extra virgin olive oil. I've added salt and pepper. One thing I forgot to add that I'm going to add right now is some oregano. Once these have sauteed for a while, I'm going to throw in some lemon juice and let that finish. Then, when this is done, we will see the reveal of the ribs together and see if I screwed this thing up or not. They're in the oven. I'm going to take them out, and then we'll have a look at their doneness and add the sauce, finish them up, and put them back into the oven. And let's see if I have a creation or I have a disaster. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? How you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, these things are starting to come. I can turn down the heat, don't want the garlic to burn. But that's why I got the lid on this, because that'll steam up and get itself all nice and done. Doesn't take long. Like I said, I usually do this with green beans, so I thought, what the hell? I had broccoli that was getting old. I had the bok choy. I had some other stuff, so I threw this together. Should have the same flavors. I just warmed up oh man, I love leftover pizza. In fact, I have a confession, Mike. I eat leftover pizza cold a lot of times. I truly do. Just finished my ice cream now. Baby love, for ice cream, I was watching a video that just shows a lot of like funny signs that are all over the country, and some are pretty good. And the one that I really got a kick out of, and I'm going to remember, goes like this. It says, teach your kids about tax, eat 30% of their ice cream. And I thought that was hilarious. And I guarantee one thing, the kids will remember that, for sure. Oh, you can see the steam happening here. So, okay, we know that this is happening. I'll turn it down now. I'm just going to go over here and get my citrus squash-o-matic. I don't know what the proper name for this is. But in goes the lemon juice. Little deglazing. We'll put the lid back on, and this will finish up and turn the heat right down. And then the big reveal. So this needs maybe, the steam cooks up pretty good. You don't want to turn your vegetables into crap, but needs something a little bit healthy for the system. Can't just eat meat. Oh, I will show you guys this while that is just finishing up. Oh, damn, I put it in the fridge, didn't I? Because I sampled it. Okay, let's reach in here. So, this is the sauce that I'm going to be using, was a gift. It's called Salt Lick Spicy Barbecue Sauce, and it doesn't look like the traditional barbecue sauces that I normally get. But it's from a family. They've been making this stuff since 1967, or at least had a restaurant or whatever. And they hail from Driftwood, Texas. So I think Texans know something about barbecue, so I'm going to trust this. And this is what's going to finish in the ribs. So, okay, put that off to the side. How we doing here? Oh, good stuff. This stuff is pretty well done. Good. I can turn off the heat here. I can do a little bit of housekeeping. All the water in that's out there. My father told me more than once, he said, "Son, you're a very good cook, but a damn sloppy one." So I confess, he was correct. Okay, so let's take this off the fire, put it in my bowl. I could use the smaller bowl, that's okay. All goes in the dishwasher anyway. Okay, so there we have a little bit of veggies. We'll take this out of the way, and it's time to look at what the ribs turned out like. Okay, definitely oven mitts. That's okay, Mike. I'm not reading. I'm sitting here cooking, so I didn't see what you said. All right. Whew. Out you get. Now, we're going to take that. We're going to transfer that into this guy. We'll check out the sauce, and we'll just toss it back into the oven for a while to let it finish. Okay, well. They look done. Oh yeah, see this? Can you see that? Yeah, that's fall off the bone. They're falling apart. So let's transfer them to the casserole. Yep, fall off the bone, all right. They're falling off. So let me see, a little sample piece for the chef. Oops. Tasty. Tasty and tender even without any sauce. Okay. Oh my goodness, yeah, they're falling off the bone. Like I always say, take that bay leaf out of there. Excuse me. Low and slow, you can cook a rock and it'll come tender. So, yeah, I mean, you guys can see this bones, they're like falling off. So, let us add the sauce. Give it a good shake. I've never had this sauce before. I did stick a fork in it and tasted it, and it was quite tasty. Different than what I'm normally used to in barbecue sauces, but that's quite all right. Oh my God, I can't even flip these things. They are totally falling apart, but that's okay. Nice smell. I like them saucy, what the heck. All right, so we're gonna take this. We are going to put it back in the oven. Can I use this foil? Yeah, I could just foil at this point. Just for maybe about 10-15 minutes. Just to let the sauce kind of penetrate in there. But as you can see, the part one was okay because we wanted to do this so that we would create fall off the bone ribs. And packing a bag, putting Seamus in the back seat and heading out shortly. Attaboy. Mike Curry picked me up, need to go out. You know what? I'd love nothing better, baby love, to if there was a spot I could cook in Vegas to cook a meal for you guys. I truly mean that. Okay, back in the oven. There you go. Not long. You're going to sit there. The veggies are done. I'll burn myself. No. Got to be careful because this puppy is absolutely hot as hell. And you got to be really careful. And remember that so there's no accidents. What I'm gonna do with that juice, I usually make a gravy or something out of that. So while that is going, what we're gonna do, gang, is we are going to go and open a bottle of wine. So, and that should be finished. Let's walk over to the wine section. Put this in the other holder. There we go. That's the wine cabinet over here. Go in, and what did I did have something selected for here, yes. I'm gonna go with a Chianti. So this is the Chianti that I've chosen. A 2020 Chianti Classico, which of course has the black rooster on it. Marco di Gallo, which is it's a Chianti thing, right? They do that with Chianti, and it's supposed to mean that it's pretty good, but that's something my father always told me when I was young. It was only when I got older that I realized that it's something that all Chianti seem to have on it. Hey, Aussie chick, how you doing? Oh, there's some decent bottles in there, Aussie chick. Would you guys like a tour? Would you like a tour of my wine cabinet? I'm gonna crack the thing. If you guys say yes, I will happily give you a tour of what's in there. I know how Aussie chick's gonna vote. Oh, Paula votes a yes. Okay, come on. Yeah, there was the pop of the cork. Okay, so let that breathe. That's going to be later. Okay, let's do this. I don't know how the angle is going to work here, but I'll put this a little close. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Just forgive the crazy angles here while the ribs are finishing. I will swing out a chair. Okay, and we shall see what we shall see. So I got my everyday kind of wine down here. Can you guys see that? Oh, I guess I should put it like this. Well, you know what? If I hold this, you'll see better. So there's that. These ones here are my little better ones, and then my premium stuff that is sitting aging. So in the cheapy section, I've got a Spanish Roja. I have got a Malbec from Argentina. I really like Malbecs. They go great with meats and roasts and stuff. In the little better section, I've got a Malbec, 2017 Malbec. Now look at the name of this, and I've had it before, Los Clop. Now doesn't that sound like something you'd get in a shady place, right? I mean, it tastes really good, but it's got a terrible, terrible name. You know, beware, don't get Los Clop. Anyway, I have here another Malbec. It's very good. There's another Los Clop. This one I've actually had before, a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's quite good. And then my more premium stuff. Carmenera, Gran Reserva Carmenera, which is another New World grape. I have got a 2016 Bordeaux from France. It's so hard to get a good Bordeaux. I don't know. I've never had this one before, but we're going to see. And I have my premium Chianti. I've had this before. This is a 2019 Chianti Classico Gran Selezione, which is all the extra letters mean they charge you more for it. Then we have a couple of 2020 Amarones. These guys are still a bit young. They should be sitting around for a couple of years, but the 2020 was supposed to be a good vintage. I've got a couple of different brands of that, and we'll see how that turns out. Now my most special wine's up here. This puppy, a 2015 Barolo, which I absolutely love Barolo. It is one of the more famous Italian wines. It's a 2015, and believe it or not, 2025 is supposed to be the first year that you should drink it. This stuff should sit around for a while. 2015 was considered a very good vintage. And now my top Amarones. I've got a 2012 Amarone that I just bought. I was there at the LCBO with my youngest daughter. She said, I'll buy you a bottle of wine while you're house sitting, which she did. But then I saw a couple of these, and there was only 4 there. And a buddy bought one, and I had one. He was looking there, and I looked at him, and I says, so what do you think? Should we grab the last 2? Because again, one of the good things about our crazy former prime minister is that starting December the 15th, I believe, he took off the sales tax on wines and beers and anything with under, like not liquor. So anything with a little less. Hey, Halibut. Hey, no, that's me. I'm reading. Hi, Kimmer. Okay, and then I've got my 2016 Amarone, which I've had a few of these bottles. That is an excellent Amarone if you ever find it. It's amazing. I've only got one of those left. And I have this, which I opened the 2016 of this particular wine. The 2017 is quite good too, but the 2016 I opened it when my grandson was born. And you got to check this out because you won't believe it. The alcohol content on this is 17.5%, which is insanely high for wine. But the way Amarone is made in the Appassimento style, which basically what that means is they pick the grapes and they let them dry to almost to like a full raisin before they actually make the wine out of it. So the result of that is they end up with something that's very intense and very high sugars, which of course turn into high alcohol. And that's how that works. So yes, if you come and visit me, very much my culture, there's a glass of wine. Now, like I said, a lot of this stuff has been bought over time and is sitting there. It's not something like I don't go out and buy wine like this and then drink it all in a couple of weeks. Not a chance. Number one, it's not healthy, and number two, there's no way I could afford that. So that's all we're going to say about that. But I have some. Yes, it goes. I mean, wine is a funny thing, you know. Wine, of course, in my culture, my background is very much wine. Like, I mean, I have a Greco-Roman ancestry, and the Greeks had a god of wine, which the Romans adopted. You know, so when one of your deities is all about wine, then you know wine is pretty important to the culture. And it certainly goes well. I mean, you know all this thing with food pairing and that stuff. And all of that is true, but you know, people go a little bit nuts with I call them the nouveau wine drinkers who who basically discovered wine by like taking courses or watching things, and absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, exactly, Kimmer. You know, wine goes with anything. And whereas someone like me, I grew up with wine organically, like with the family. My father made wine, my uncles made wine, some good years, some bad years. It's so funny, especially the first time when I saw somebody at work was saying her favorite wine was White Zinfandel, which is, of course, has a rosé sort of look at it. And a lot of Zinfandel grapes are grown in California. And of course, when Dad was making the wine, that's where they would buy the grapes from California. It was the most logical thing to bring them in. And Zinfandel was the more premium grape. We didn't often afford the Zinfandel. And just to talk to you, just to let you know, I don't know if you've seen those big, I'm a dry white kind of gal. I have a Chardonnay in the fridge from New Zealand. Also, Oyster Bay, if you ever had that wine. It's quite a good Chardonnay. My daughter turned me on to that. I drink wine, or white wine rather, usually if I'm having some kind of seafood, shellfish, something like that. And yeah. Oh, you have? Yeah. What do you think of it? What do you think of it, Kimmer? Maybe I'll go get it from the fridge. Since I'm showing all these wines, I might as well show the white wine I'm talking about. Hang on a sec.
Unlock your business potential in the UK. Get access to unique opportunities in your most important European market. With faster support and advice, accelerate your growth in a business-friendly environment.
Okay, here we go. Nice and chilled. Oh, it's backwards. Yeah, of course. Okay, so what I got to do to fix that? Come on, do the flip-o-matic. All right, there we go. There we go. Oyster Bay Chardonnay from New Zealand. It's not bad. Relatively inexpensive wine, but quite good. Now, I personally prefer my Chardonnays oaked rather than unoaked, although I have them both. But yeah, I do not pretend to be any kind of a connoisseur when it comes to white wine. White wine is kind of, I grew up with red wine and drink it, you know. Pass me a Zima. Now, what's a Zima, Mike? Oh, Zima. Okay, what's a Zima? I don't mind showing my ignorance. When you stop learning is when you basically stop breathing. So I want to keep learning for some time yet to come. Yeah, you know what? The nice thing though, when you're having a wine with meal, I mean, to drink wine to get, you know, to get a solid buzz, no, there's a lot more efficient ways of doing that. But to have a glass of wine, maybe, you know, 6 ounces, 8 ounces or something with a meal, it's not going to mess you up, and it really does help with digestion and stuff like that. So what do you think, guys? Do you think the ribs, should we have a look at them? I think the sauce is warmed up. We know the ribs were done because they were literally falling apart. So let's go have a peek. Take off the phone. I'm getting good at this. Switch the thing around. Go back to my kitchen rig. Hey, slow. Okay. Put you back in here. All right, that works. So, where did I put them? Oh, I put them way over here. All right, well, when you're a dummy, you're a dummy. What are you going to do? We can kill the stove then. We don't need any more cooking. We transferred them out of here. Remember, we put them in here and just added the sauce and the ribs. It's steaming. It's good. And there you have it, guys. Oh, is that right, Kimmer? Exactly where I got it. Costco. Yeah, you get the 2 sizes. You get that bigger size. And I got the smaller size as well. I wish I could afford the expensive French brand. Always forget what the name is of that, but how about show slow the name of the barbecue sauce? Oh yeah, okay. This is the sauce. Salt Lick Spicy Barbecue Sauce. My daughters gave me this, and it's from a place, a family where it comes out of Driftwood, Texas. So I'm gambling that they know what they're doing there. They've been making it for a while. So anyway, guys, I thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go and have myself something to eat. Do you guys want to watch me eat? I mean, there's certain YouTubers show you themselves eating. I think that's a little bit on the gross side. French toast. Hey, Chet. Yeah, I'm dying to try the Chianti too. So you know what? Let's transfer some of this to a plate. Might as well. I need a plate. Okay, I'm even going to go with the better plates. Oh, here's my plate. I got some ribs. I got some more ribs. And what the hell, I got some more ribs. Smells delicious. There we go. And the veggies. All right, let's take it over and have a taste. And let's see if I've poisoned myself or not. Hang on. Hang on. We'll have to take this off again. This is scary. I'm actually getting half good at transferring the camera from holder to holder. That is potentially scary. So we'll have this. We'll have to set this up where you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Ouch. Okay, there we are. Okay, now I need some eating irons. Let's go get some eating irons and get a glass. I know you guys were listening to sound, probably sounded like there was war going on in the kitchen, but it wasn't. So I have my glass. Let's pour out the Chianti. Maybe we can do this way. I know what. Maybe we do this way. And I flip this puppy. Whoop. I flip this guy. And sorry gang. Being a bit of a doofus here. Hey, Melissa's Journey, how you doing? This is not going to work. Yeah, I got to turn it too weird to get it to show the actual food I'm eating, but I have my Chianti. Oh, very tasty. Eating irons. Okay, let's try the rib. Falling off the bone for sure. That sauce is good. It's a mustard-based sauce. It's got some tang. And definitely some thing to it. And yeah, I mean, check this out. There's one of the bones. There's like no meat on the bone. So this is what I was hoping to achieve. The experiment part was, these are more like stewed ribs, which I enjoy. A lot of people do spare ribs that way. Sauce is good. Yes, Italian piano music. Can't eat and there's jazz playing in the background. Veggies. Keep the GI tract working good. But yeah. Thank you guys for indulging me. I thought, what the hell, we might as well see how this thing turns out. So I'm going to sign off. I'm not going to abuse you anymore with having to watch me eat. But each and every one of you, but it's up to you guys. I mean, I won't go. I just feel a bit weird you watching me eat. No, baby love. I said at the beginning, maybe you weren't in, that I made a point, because I do this exact vegetable recipe with green beans, like for a lot, like, for family dinners, and that comes out really, really well. So I made the point of saying, if Irving was tuning in, not to be afraid, because there were no green beans used in this. But you can use any vegetables. Oh, I did. I just had some broccoli. I had some bok choy, some sweet red pepper, and sliced garlic. Yeah, well, I know by playing that, there is no way I'm going to get a copyright strike. And besides, it's supposed to be easygoing stuff. So I must say the Chianti is very good. So this is a Clemente the Seventh, which anybody knows, excuse me, Clemente the Seventh was a pope, whatever. This is a 2020. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's sold here in Canada for something in the neighborhood of $18 to $20. I do not remember exactly, but not overly expensive. And very, very tasty. Damn, I have to tell the girls that the sauce is really tasty. But usually barbecue sauces, I'm used to the... Thanks for coming in, Melissa. Cheers to you. Usually barbecue sauce is the tomato-based and, the classic sort of barbecue sauce. You make them yourself. They're usually 50% ketchup. But this one is not anything like that. It's got mustard in it and a whole bunch of other stuff and vinegar and whatever. There's a tang to it. And it really works. It works good. So, like I said, texture is part of the whole deal. Look, all fall apart. Tender as hell. If Mike's still here, we got perfect bones for Seamus. Although you're not supposed to do that anymore. When I think of the bones that we've given to dogs from cooking in my life, and nobody does that anymore. I would get scolded if I did that. Oh, what I don't have, slob that I am, is a napkin. There we go. That's better. Ugh. Yeah, but do you give them cooked bones, Paula? Because I remember my parents had a lovely property near to where I used to live. Anyway, they had a dog called Cindy, and she was I forget what mix she was, but there was shepherd in her and something else. Anyway, Cindy learned the word from me of barbecue. She knew what barbecue meant. And I would come over and from the kennel, because back then dogs stayed in a kennel, they didn't stay in the house. So, beautiful kennel. It's like you could probably rent it out. Dad took really good care of the dog. That's not the point. So I get there and I can see Cindy at the end of the driveway back into the kennel, and I get her to the car and I say to her, barbecue? If I brought bones or something for her. I said, barbecue? And she'd go nuts, jump around, bounce. So the one time I had barbecued some short ribs. And so I had all the little bones of the short ribs. You guys can imagine what that is. Whole bunch. I remember brought them in, gave them to her. went in, visit my parents, and hell, by the time I was done the visit, maybe an hour and a half, she demolished all the bones. She had a powerful jaw, just crunching them like popcorn. Just went nuts with the bones. So I don't know. Maybe old-fashioned dogs did that more than modern dogs. I don't know. Yeah, that's the only problem with living alone is that when you cook, it's so hard to cook for one person, right? So inevitably I cook and then there's leftovers and stuff like that. And I don't do a lot of fast food, rarely do fast food. Um, so it's either cook or starve or do something like cheesy, like make a sandwich or something like that, which I'll do from time to time because it is a bit of a pain. And the pain part is not the cooking. Of course, as you guys know, it's the cleaning up. So that's kind of nice when the kids come over and I'm cooking for them. They take care of the cleanup, which I totally appreciate. And I can do the cooking. So listen, guys, I am going to call it an afternoon. I thank you so much for coming in and saying hi and sharing this with me. And hey, who knows what the next cooking stream is going to be? I think it's going to be some kind of seafood. Why not? What do you think, guys? Should it be a seafood dish? Oh, there you go, Kimmer. You see? You know, there's that old saying of a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But let me tell you, from experience, it goes both ways. So it certainly works for women too. There's, I think, a lot, and I guess it's still true today. Nothing impresses a woman as much as if you can cook them a meal. Okay, shrimp is the deal. I used to joke in my young dating days, they would say, listen, I can cook you a meal and serenade you with a song that I wrote myself. And this all, like, little hearts float up in the thing. Anyway, I don't want to get the censored thing like poor Baby Love will have to fill out another survey of why they want to ban this crazy old guy. Anyway. Yeah, no, I know you can cook, Kimmer. And I've said that before. I said that on my pasta stream there that, cooking is something, it's not hard to learn, and everybody should have that like as a basic survival skill. I mean, what the hell? You have the equipment and stuff in your house and you build it up over time. You buy a piece here, you buy a piece there. You have that. These ribs were on sale. Okay, they were on sale when I bought them. I bought them about, 8-10 days ago. The best before date was, I think, tomorrow or something like that. So I had planned, okay, I'm going to cook them up and do this. And they were, does my daughter look like me? My oldest daughter, a little bit, I suppose. My youngest daughter looks very much like my mother. In fact, when she was young, we looked at old pictures of my mom as a young girl and my youngest daughter, spitting image. And my son, I don't know, does he kind of look like me? I don't know. Maybe that's a very good question. You know what? That's the kind of question I think it's better that other people will answer. And there's some old videos I posted there with Have the Family. There, I'm respectful of that. I don't throw them on videos without their permission, but you can judge for yourself. But anyway, coming back to this whole thing here, like these ribs were something like, if I'm not mistaken, $3 or $3.25 a pound, and that's Canadian. That's fairly cheap for baby back ribs here, and they were fresh. They lasted. There were those in the the very heavy vacuum sealed packaging, so I knew they would last in the fridge no problem. The point is that whole bunch of ribs that I made only cost about, I don't know, was it like $12, $13? I forget exactly, but not expensive. Okay, and what the hell? There was some stuff I have, pantry items or whatever. I made myself a nice meal. Now, if my kids had not given me that barbecue sauce, I may have produced them in a different way, maybe just seasoned them a little more and just eaten them like that, because I was pretty confident they would come out nice and tender. And the vegetable, what big deal? I mean, that's my point I always make. It is not hard to eat well. I was going to make some from scratch air fryer French fries, but that's too much to eat. Slow. There is no such thing as a donut truck. Tell me you're joking. Exactly, Kimmer. Exactly. So, when you cook, you get to eat way over your pay grade. Fall off the bone. You get to eat way above your pay grade. And because I know there is no way that I could afford to eat some of the foods. Now, these ribs, like I said, they weren't expensive. You can go to good places and get ribs at a reasonable price. Pork ribs are not all that expensive, but oh my God, he's right. Well, buddy, you have to take a picture of that and send me a picture of it at some point. Gotta see the donut truck. Better still, if it's standing still, take a selfie with one of these in front of the truck, and you can use that as a thumbnail for one of your lives. I don't. Sorry, man, I don't. Yes, this Chianti is very good. Actually, and has that nice little hint of spicy tones to it that it actually goes really well with these ribs. Oh, okay. You know what? I do remember. Now I'm remembering, baby love. I'm remembering that line of people going to the food truck. I just didn't remember that it was a donut truck. I do remember now. Yes, I do. But do they have... Camera, behave yourself. You realize if they did what the logo could look like, right? Donut truck in dildo. Give it some thought. If you're a graphic designer in there, you can see what the logo's going to come out looking like. It's all right. You're allowed. Yeah. Well, I wish some of you were sitting down here at the table with me. That would be a lot of fun. If any of you ever make it up Canada way. Now, I already invited Kimmer, so she may be knocking on the door at some point. She doesn't live all that far from me, but look at Slow. Slow. It has to remain in the imagination, dude. Of course that's what I meant. He's such a Slow. Hey, Kimmer. Slow's going to make you a logo. So if you have any relatives nearby Dildo, Newfoundland, you can send them the logo and they can put it on the city flag. Okay, sounds like a date. And I already told you, you're allowed to bring hubby. I don't want him getting jealous. I don't need anybody coming after me with a shotgun or anything. We could do that slow. Okay. Should I pour another glass? Why not? I'm not driving anywhere. And I decided to wait till tomorrow to shovel snow. I shoveled snow yesterday because I had to make a path for the people bringing my last piece of furniture. And that worked all okay. But I was telling Slow yesterday that it's funny, you know, like the shoveling snow can be very much like going to physiotherapy. You're moving muscles you don't usually move. And they were, excuse me, a bit achy last night, but nothing serious. Good exercise. And I know enough to be careful. I don't sit there and try to pretend I'm 20 years old when I shovel snow. I don't need to have a heart attack or anything like that. But, oh my goodness, we have 16 people in here. Okay, I'm going to do like Slow. I'm going to fish for likes. I only got 9 likes, so please, if you like listening to this crazy old guy talk here, hit that like button, will you please? You never know. Actually, I was pleasantly shocked, quite honestly, that little video we did this morning about putting in the ribs, and that had like something like 250 views the last time I looked. So, hey, Willie, how you doing, man? Now, I hope you said that with respect. Otherwise, Slow will gas you. No, I don't. I just thought, what the hell? See, I just not used to having that many people in my live streams. But it looks like people like to watch people cook, I guess, and I love to cook. So now that I've figured out how to do my crazy contraption, I showed that on the pasta stream. I'm not going to show it again because it's pretty funny, but it works, right? It works. So. Target. You see, my Slow, I'm not as good as you. The likes did not go up. The people in here did, but the likes did not go up, so they really don't like me. They're all hitting the thumbs down button, I guess. Oh well. Uh-oh, got some kind of a notification. Now I'm sounding like Sincloth watching the notifications. I'm too scared to go out of this screen and see if I come back. I don't know how that works. I don't want to lose the stream. Yeah, Slow did the original cooking stream back. What was it, Slow? Was it for your 100th subscriber, if I remember correctly, and you cooked up that steak? I think that's what it was. Hello, Cushy. How you doing? Got a chance to actually say hello to the chat. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah, the 100 subscriber thing. So, okay, I gotta have to start planning now what kind of a shrimp dish I'm gonna make for you guys. You want something maybe big shrimp grilled, or you want something made in some kind of a casserole, or if we don't do shrimp, maybe we can do Well, we could do something. Paula said she wanted shrimp. And I happen to have some grilled, maybe. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I've got some of I get them from Costco. And it's a really, don't have scampi, Paula. I ain't going to go buy them, but I got really, really big ass shrimp, which I've done before on the outside barbecue, but I can do them inside on my inside grill. And for something like shrimp, they will turn out just fine. So, okay, that's what we're going to do. We'll do that. Yeah, chicken lemon rice soup. Alagagamelago soup. I'm mispronouncing it, but yeah, I grew up with that stuff. Yes, baking, 100%. That's not me. I am not a baker. I would have to talk my oldest daughter. She's become a very, very good baker. In fact, I got to show you guys something because this is a little personal. I'll show you something. This is out of the freezer. And my oldest daughter made these and gave them to everybody around Christmas. And there's nothing really fancy, but the whole thing about this cookie, it's coated in sugar, whatever, I'm going to leave one out and have it, was that she made this from a recipe book that was my mother's. So this was basically, and she did a great job because the memories came back. In fact, my youngest daughter, when she sampled one, broke down in tears. That's how close the thing was. So well done, Michelle. That is an excellent version of Baba's cookies. That's what we call my mother. That's what the grandmother is in Macedonian, a Baba. I'm putting these back in the freezer. I'm just going to have the one. Ugh. Yeah, it was really cool on her part, Kimmer, that she thought of that, and it was a total surprise to everybody, including me. I mean, she dropped by here. She's the one that lives just 8 minutes from me, and she dropped by and gave it to me before, and then we all got together for that dinner I got invited to, and she gave to the other people there, and yeah, it was. Is nice because we got Mr. Lettuce. How you doing, buddy? You missed my cooking here. I was doing ribs. They were fall off the bone. That's just the bone living, and they turned out pretty darn good. You'll have to go and look back to see how I did this. But apparently people like my cooking streams. I'm sitting here having some ribs, a little vegetable dish I made, talking with my mouth full like an a-hole. Rice bag. Love from, I can't see the flag. What's that flag that rice bag is putting? Can't see. And having a glass of wine. No. No, Mike, but you know what I am? I don't know I forget what the term is, right? Ambidextrous means you can do equally with both hands. I'm not that. But there's many things I do with my left hand, and most things I do with my right. Like I will write whatever. But for example, I'm right-handed. We've all thrown frisbees, right? I throw a frisbee with my left hand, not my right. I play shuffleboard with my left hand, not my right. With a hockey stick, I shoot left. I don't shoot right. Although I throw darts with my right hand. I'll throw football with my right hand. So a baseball, whatever, with my right hand. So there is a word that I don't remember that is what I am, that you do some things with your left, some things with your right. Happy New Year to you. What was that flag, Rice Bag? I could not see it here with just looking here on my phone. Yeah, this wine was extra good. Very pleasant surprise. Now, I'm sorry it was the last one I had. I was trying to pick what would go with this food. China. Wow, that was a Chinese flag? Cool, man. Wow. So that would be, it's about what, 3 o'clock or so here. You're like almost morning, right? Almost morning. Mike, you say you got ribs, bones, your dogs. Hey, lots of bones. It's a shame we're going to have to throw them out because my kids will not let me give these to their dogs. Although I know if I went and gave one of these to Wilbur, he would absolutely lose his stuff. He'd lose his shit all over the place. Yeah, lettuce, the ribs were an experiment. I did a little video, if you want to go back and see this morning, where I put them in the oven, and we just finished them off here. My kids gave me a bottle of barbecue sauce that I put them on, and I never had it before, and it was not like the traditional. Yeah, those were from my youngest. That was Riley and Rupert. That was my youngest. Rupert was her dog, and Riley belongs to her new better half. Oh, no kidding! Wow, it's that serious, eh? It hasn't dissipated. That's what I was thinking, Mike. It did look like the rising sun flag from back here, but anyway. So I was half talking to Lettuce. Lettuce is an occasional visitor here, but he's always welcome, and I'm very glad that he comes in. One thing with Slow and I and Baby Love and a lot of the places where I'll actually go in and chat, there is no drama, there is no nonsense. There's enough places to go and get that. We talk about stuff. I try to, yes, Mike, very good. Congratulations. You're bang on, man. You are bang on. So I'm not going to scroll back and see what, it doesn't matter. He's welcome as long as you're polite and you're, I have no problem with having some kind of a serious discussion. And really, there's no top. One day I'm going to do that. I keep saying that, but have a live where we actually talk about some serious things, because even though we don't want to think about them, they are important, and I have zero problem with that. I don't want people to just agree with me. In fact, I love healthy debate, but insane, childish attacks just blow my mind. I gotta confess, there are some, of course not gonna mention any names or whatever, but there's some streams where you watch the chat and you would swear it's a bunch of 14 to 16-year-olds that are in there, not people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and above. So there's nothing wrong with, let's act our age and let's just have some stuff. And you know what? Exactly, Kimmer. Exactly. And that's the thing. And that's in the spirit of humanity, because healthy debate is how we got to where we are now. If people didn't talk and debate things and question and say, well, you know what? I don't agree with this. I think of this, and then maybe it comes to something in between, whatever. We would not have progressed to where we are technologically and socially and a lot of things. And in fact, I think it helps even for health, because sometimes that can be a very good catharsis. It could be a very good way to get what's inside out. And, you can't really move on until you move on, because sometimes you let things just kind of cook inside or whatever, and sometimes a good little talk, you can say something and whatever, it definitely helps, and it sure as hell doesn't hurt. I tease my youngest daughter, who's a licensed mental health therapist and busy like hell. I mean, I tease her. I says, you could have clients 40 hours a day if it was a 40-hour day. But, a lot of times we'll talk and she'll go, Dad, that's pretty good. How do you know all this stuff? I says, honey, I was a natural when it came to that. I studied psychology in university a lot because it just came natural to me, not because I wanted to learn to be a psychologist. So, in another client, no, Mike, she's too busy. She's not going to take you on. Besides, I'll tell her to charge you triple. Triple. She'll have to go back to school for extra training. I guess slow. Actually, is it past? I don't have a clock by me. Is it past 3 o'clock? That's why I thought Slow would jump on that comment, but I think he's in therapy now, getting his foot massaged. Well, I don't know. Maybe it will do buy two, you get the third one free or something. But oh, baby love, you are so right. I mean, talk about having to. Thanks, Lettuce. Yeah, 3 o'clock. So he said his physio was at 3. But that is so true. She really, well, you know what? She just decompresses. And that's very important. And she knows that. That's part of the training because you can, and also it's very important not to get too personal. That's what she tells me as well. There's people that you have this great empathy for, but you have to maintain that professionalism, both for the client and for yourself, because you start getting into make that that really personal connection, it'll just it'll suck you in and spit you out, and that then becomes a tough thing. So, Mr. Lettuce, you're still here. Thank you, buddy. I've made the big time when Lettuce Market You visits my stream. Well, you know what, Kimmer? It's funny. I told all my kids as they entered into university, I says, look, if you're going to do the university thing, and of course, do it, try to pick a career path where you will have some job security and you will have some future economically. I says, because too many people go into, well, this is what I want to do, and that's fine, but then they end up working at Starbucks because they can't find a job in the field of the degree that they have, and that's the real crime, because they're totally in debt from school, and there's, it's maybe this very, very small little thing to get in there. What wine is that? Oh, good, a wine question. This is a 2020 Chianti, Clemente VII, who was a pope. I don't know when exactly, but this is a Chianti. You can see Chiantis have the black rooster on it, as my father would call it, Marco di Gallo. Gallo is a rooster. And the black rooster is generally for good Chianti. This is a Chianti Classico. And I have a better one of these, the same Clemente, but a Selezione, fancy thing. Like a lot of things, Lettuce, the more names they can put on the label, the more they can charge you. This wine was, if I remember correctly, $18 or $19 Canadian. It was under 20. I'm pretty sure of that. And if I'm wrong, it was maybe 20, 21. It was not like a $30, $40 bottle of wine. So very reasonably priced. I am, sir. My father was Italian and my mother was born in Greece, but culturally was Macedonian. So yes, I have a Greco-Roman background. If I want to flatter myself, I'll say I'm an ancestor of Alexander the Great, but or descendant rather of Alexander the Great. But Macedonians today in the modern world are very different than the Macedonians of Alexander's time, who were Hellenic and Greek. They spoke Greek, and of course the Greek culture was very much admired by the Romans as they conquered all of the Mediterranean. So they adopted so much of the Greek culture and maintained that. In fact, Greek scholars and Greek teachers were brought right into the Roman society to tutor their kids and do all that sort of stuff. They even stole all their deities. So that's why if you look at the gods of Olympus and the Roman pantheon, they're the same gods. They just changed the name. I think the Romans only invented or added one god to there. But yeah, that's my background. Now I am born in Canada, Lettuce. I'm not like born in the old country. I was born here in Canada, first generation of my family in here. But both my parents immigrated here right after the war. My mother came rather early. She was young when she came to Canada. Was maybe I think 46 or 47, and she was just a teenager. I actually do Lettuce. I'm pretty damn rusty, but I do also even read and write it. It really kind of pisses me off a bit because I know if I was able to be immersed into a French speaking situation, I know I could be fully bilingual in a few months. But when you don't practice it, you kind of lose it. And like if somebody is speaking French and they're speaking too fast, I'm missing it. I'm missing a lot. But I studied it for 6 years in school and did well at it and enjoyed it. Because again, the French is a Latin-based language. There's a lot of words that are very similar to Italian. Particularly, my dad's Italian. See, Dad was from the very north of Italy, and his culture is Furlang, Friulano or Furlang is the way he would say it. And their language is much different and has much more influences from that are different than the Southern Italians. So if you imagine the boot, Dad was from the very top of the boot. In fact, the little village that he came from was only about 50 kilometers from the Swiss border. He could see the Alps and whatever. And a celebrity chef person, she's done books and the whole thing. What's her name? Lydia Bataniche or something, Bastaniche. I'm mispronouncing it. But she's from Friulano, and she did an episode where she was in a small little town, alpine town in northern Italy, where they make the Fontina cheese, special cows and blah blah blah. And you see the people in this town. It's hilarious because here we are technically in Italy, but the people look like they're German. They've got the lederhosen on and and the whole outfit, the little hat with the feather, and drinking beer in the pubs and that sort of stuff, and it's pretty funny. And then some years ago, when Dad had his ancestry DNA thing, we all teased him because he came back that he was more German than he was Italian. Because Dad, one day I might show you a picture of my dad. He was the absolute sexiest man, blonde hair, blue eyes, 6'3", absolutely gorgeous. And you know what a downer it is whenever I had like a girlfriend and happened to come by home and they'd look and go, "Who's that?" I said, "That's my father." "Oh, he's gorgeous." Just shut up, right? Then you're supposed to be with me. So anyway, we quickly bug off somewhere because don't need her drooling on my father. So there you go, Lettuce. You get one thing with me. I'm not ashamed to be honest. I tell the truth. There's no point in saying anything else. True story, man. I have, there's a lot of stories, great stories that unfortunately I'm not going to share in a public forum like YouTube. But if I'm ever talking to any of you more privately, or if you're calling me or we're talking, whatever, you can always get my contact information. And I got some great stories to tell. I told a couple to Slow that he pissed himself laughing, but I promise they're all true. The ones I'm proud of and the ones that I'm not so proud of, doesn't matter. I tell the truth. It's no problem. I'm not going to compromise anybody or embarrass anybody. It is what it is. But there's no point getting to this point in life when you don't want to share what you have. I think that's part of what you do, or what I believe that you do when you're a senior. You share your life with the younger generation. After all, it's their turn to run the world. I had my turn. I did my thing, you know. I hope to be around for a lot more years, but I know that I've got more birthdays behind me than ahead of me. So try and stay as healthy as I can, enjoy my life as much as I can, and share whatever insight or knowledge or experiences I can. People don't want to listen to it, fine, but if they're intelligent, then they will at least listen and evaluate it in their own minds. Because even if it's a small bit that they take, make it part of themselves and make them a better person for it, then you've done your job. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that in a culture. You know, youth has all the advantages: strength, stamina, all of those things. The one thing that age has is wisdom. Oh, easy answer, lettuce. After the Second World War, Europe was devastated. There weren't opportunities and stuff like that. Greece was in civil war when my mother's parents moved then here, and my father basically was running out of opportunities where he was working. He had some good jobs, but there was a lot of opportunities here. And the funny thing is, he had to go through this huge checklist of qualifications to come here. He had to prove his education, his employability. He even had to prove what his political affiliations were. They would not have let him in. Not like it is nowadays in both Canada and the United States that, let's not go there. That's a topic for another discussion. But let's just say it's a lot easier to get your butt in here. Was it thawed out? It has. I'm going to try my my mom's cookies made by my daughter. Lettuce, you know what? They might have, but I think at that time the immigration was easier to come to Canada. I don't know. It might have been. I do know that at least for Italians, there was a time as I was growing up that Toronto, which is where he moved to, where I was born, Toronto, Canada, had the second largest Italian population outside of Italy. And it was more than a lot of cities in Italy. There was something like, in a population of just under 2 million, there were 600,000 Italians in Toronto. It's pretty wild. Yeah, you did a damn good job, Michelle. Now, does cookies go with wine? Everything goes with wine, right, Kimmer? Well, I have two choices now. Hey, slow. Oh, you're on the treadmill? He's on the treadmill. Whatever you're eating. No, this was, you probably missed it. This was a cookie that my oldest daughter made, from a recipe book of my mother's. And this was a copy of a cookie she used to always make around Christmas and Easter, whatever. She made a few different things, but this was one thing that my oldest daughter simulated, and she really nailed it. She did a really, really good job. It is very close. In fact, and she gave some to everybody. And my youngest daughter, when she tried one, she completely broke down in tears. It was that close. So that's the best possible compliment and tribute to my mom. My oldest daughter's become quite the baker. Hey, Tony. Yeah. Nothing wrong with having a lot of Italians around, Tony. You eat good, you drink good. I don't know how they survived the. It's funny, Slow. They're nothing fancy, but it's part of our background. It was just something that she always made, and my daughter got this old recipe book of all these handwritten recipes and that my mom had, and she made sure to scoop it out of the house. So that was good. I'm glad she got it. She can do something with it. So I'm at a crossroads here, guys. Should I end this or should I pour another glass of wine and continue chatting with you guys? Let's have a vote. 1 for wine, 2 for get the hell out of here. There's 10 of you in here. You can do a vote. We need 6 to make a 1 for pour a glass of wine and keep chirping, or 2 for end this thing and let somebody else. There's a 1. 1. Pour. Let us screw this. I'm not going to put a 1 or a 2. Pour more wine. Okay. Salute. Salute. So now this is after dinner, which is good. I'm very happy that the experiment came out well. So, because I do a lot of things in that Dutch oven. I love braising meats and that sort of stuff. I'm going to do braised beef ribs for you guys one time. Man, they come out good. But I've never done the pork baby back ribs that way. I'll usually do them on the barbecue. I may marinate them or not, or slow cook them. Do you like Alfredo sauce? Yes, I can make Alfredo sauce. I was going to do that when I did my pasta stream just the other day when I experimented with my kitchen rig lettuce, but I thought I didn't know if that rig would work, so I went for a tomato sauce instead. Might give me something to watch while I'm on TV while I work from the couch. You see that? You see the modern generation, you guys? He gets to work from a couch, right? And I am not making a value judgment here. I'm not making a criticism. But in my day, if you were working from the couch, you were taking a trip to the unemployment office because your boss wasn't going to stand for that. So here's to you, Mike. Congratulations. You can make a living sitting on your couch. Power to you, buddy. Absolutely power to you. So Tony, you guys are in the middle of summer. What's the weather like in Oz? Thank you, Tony. Thank you. That's one of the kindest things you could say. I very much appreciate that. I do try. If there's one thing I try, they're all true, lettuce. I love telling stories, man. They're all true. Hey, at some point, buddy, like I said, if somebody has my personal contact, there's stories I cannot share. I won't share on a public forum like YouTube, but in private, they're gonna bust them up. When I travel to Vegas and meet with any of you that are there, I'm going to tell some wild stories and promise, like I said, they're all true. They're the best stories. What would you like to know about me? Lettuce, you asked some good questions here. What else would you like to know? And of course, the more vino, the more the stories flow, right? Oh yes, they're already set. The plane is booked, and the room is booked. I'll be there from the 4th to the 11th of April. Oh, is that right? Good, good, Tony. Yeah, you guys had some totally nasty summers recently, haven't you? Like the kind where it's where you don't really even like summer. I mean, that's the thing with summer. You don't want to be in summer and wish it was winter. That's always tough. That's right. We're in the middle of January up here. That's with all due respects to anybody who has a birthday or an important event or an important date in January. January is the toughest of the winter months. It's long, it's dark, and it's cold. So, that's right. You guys had your share of bushfires too. Do I have an air fryer? Of course I had an air fryer. I was actually going to make French fries from scratch in the air fryer today, lettuce, but that was too much food for just me. So I made that little vegetable dish instead. But I do. I actually have the potatoes. I cut the potatoes. I toss them in some vegetable oil, throw them in the air fryer, and you know what? They come out. I mean, obviously, deep frying is the best to make a proper French fry, but that's a lot messier. You have all the oil you have to dispose of and that sort of stuff. The air fryer comes out about, goddamn, maybe 85% as close. There's a crispiness because you've tossed them in some vegetable oil first, and they cook, and yeah, I enjoy it. Not anymore, lettuce. I am single. I have had many of both. One official wife, the one that I had my three kids with, several girlfriends that I've lived with, one current ex who would come here and live with me in a bloody heartbeat if I said, let's do it. She's, what is she, 8, 9 years my junior. But yes, I might be like a little bit retired from that, but not like I'm without experience. I've got some great stories I could tell you, Lettuce. You'd have a good chuckle, buddy, guaranteed. Oh, is that right, baby love? Oh my God. Oh no. No, no, no. Has it spread from where it was yesterday? Because I know there was that. Basically, they were showing it looked like like a straight line, a swath or whatever, as the winds were blowing, coming right out from the interior to the sea. So did the winds shift? Have they moved it from there, or is it still that same basic swath of fire? Oh no. No, no, that's the thing. I know they were saying that they had not had rain in something like 8 months. Or of course, baby love, of course, it's the winds that do everything. I mean, any Boy Scout try to make a fire, you get the first little sparks and think, what do? You blow on it, right? And when you got winds 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, that's a terrible, terrible recipe for fire. Because you can have a little ember, excuse me, little ember blow off of a burning building, travel a mile even, land on somewhere else, start up, but of course because of the wind, boom, it explodes before you know it. Yeah, that's the worst for pushing it. That is the worst. Wow. Let's hope the winds shift soon because it's pretty tough for them to get on top of things and actually get ahead of this while the wind is blowing. I was watching a video yesterday, live actually, and you could see even the flames were sideways from the wind, like it was that strong. It was showing it looked more like a blast furnace than it did like a normal fire. You see a fire and the flames are doing this. When they're doing this sideways, yeah, no, that's not a good thing. And it's also the kind of thing that you do not want to mess. If you get an evacuation order, you follow it instantly because you can go from it might be a problem, to I'm right in the middle of the problem, like that. That can spread so incredibly. Over the years, I've seen different, footages of fire spreading. If you happen to be, the wind's the wrong way, and you're a little bit uphill from the fire, because remember, fire goes faster uphill than downhill because heat rises. It could like literally attack you. You can't believe the speed. So yeah, hopefully everybody's heeding their warnings and getting the hell out of there. So keep us posted, baby love, please, because that's I had no idea. I know you have families in California, but didn't know that they were near the fire zone. So all our prayers and good hopes. Yes, prayers for all the brave souls who are going to tackle the. Man, I'm such a bum. I did not expect this to go this long on the live. Thank you, guys. I promise I'll be more presentable the next time. That's the other nice thing about being living by yourself. You can be kind of a little bit mangy like me. I'm going to go have a shave and a shower later on tonight, so I'll be nice and fresh. So 15 cities. Oh my goodness. No, I have not been paying attention. That's serious. That is serious. Oh my goodness. Wonder how many of those people are going to evacuate and go to Vegas. No, I take that back. That was in bad taste. I apologize for that.
Winding down to relax in the evening. Curate the day's soundtrack with ad-free music listening and offline downloads on Spotify Premium.
So Lettuce, you asked me if I had any plans to go to Vegas, which I told you. I know you've said 100 million times you will never go back to Vegas. How come, man? You sound like you strike me as the kind of guy who could have a good time in Vegas. So if you're still here, Lettuce, you want to answer that? If not, no problem, man. Yeah, that's the thing, Kimmer, about me. Every once in a while, I do put my foot in my mouth, and as I even tell my kids, I say, "Hey, guys, sorry, I am the same person that I was, well, obviously not physically, but here and psychologically the same person I was when I was 17 or 18, and I don't want to change that. So what you see is what you get. I like to do that. I try to think before I talk, but sometimes just what comes out comes out. If I say the wrong thing, I own it and I apologize. Yeah, that's true. What's a flight? Tell me about that, Lettuce, because flights here from Canada are stupid. So what a flight from North Carolina to Vegas? Well, what are we talking? $400 or $500 more or less? Oh, hey, Tony, I know it's going to be expensive coming where you're coming from, but you'll just have to stay longer to make it worthwhile. Kimmer, you're an attractive lady. I seen your other picture, which I'm assuming was a real picture of you. Now you've got the disguise picture you're going for. Well, hey, you know what? If nothing else, you can be sure that you can be yourself on a Halibut live stream, 100% yourself. And, any mods I have know that, we don't get trolls here. And if they're really serious, stupid trolls, we dust them off, brush the flies off and carry on. Back to Donut. He's back. The slow man is back. Oh, okay. Got it, Lettuce. So it's a pain just to get to the airport. How far away are you? Because I know I'm about just under 2 hours, maybe an hour and 45 minutes from the airport. And it's about the same if I flew out of Toronto or if I flew out of Detroit, because I did look into flying out of Detroit this time. The issue is with me, that I'm at a point now, at my age, my size, because well, I used to be 6'3.5", and I think I've shrunk an inch. The doctors say, I guess the compression thing. I'm not overly large, but I'm still, 245 pounds. So you know what airport seats are like. Plus, I have a bad hip, some arthritis in the wrist, the base. So you're cramped up, and it's a 5-hour flight going from Toronto down to Vegas, and it's less. It's about 4 hours coming back. We get a yes, we do let us coming back. So long story short, the real bargain flights and whatever to save a few $100s. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to spend the extra money, but I have to pick my seat. It's got to be an aisle seat. And if I can pay for like some extra leg room, I will do that, and the options that are there there's not a lot of options. And I'll tell you the truth, the last time I went in October, I flew with WestJet, who had a flight that left in the early afternoon, and the return flight left around 2:30, 3 o'clock Vegas time. So you get back into Toronto around 10:30 at night. But remember, there's the time change, 3 hours time change, and that suits me perfectly. I was getting into Vegas around 2:30. Get down to the hotel by the time you deplane and all that shit. Get down to the hotel by, say 3 o'clock. The room was ready, no problem. Fit me perfectly. Because I did once, recently, but I did once, that would have been August of 23, with my brother and his girlfriend. They had set up this thing, and we went down on the late flight and took the red eye back home. I will never do that again. I'm too old for that nonsense. So, what does WestJet do? They canceled that time slot. There's only one direct flight, because I will not, again, at my age, I am not going to go and do layovers, even if it's 2 or 3 hours. It's just too much time, too much hassle. I might as well, take that little bit of comfort. It's going to cost me more money, but in the overall budget of the trip, it's worth it. So what am I going to do now? WestJet didn't have that. So I'm looking around different airlines. I looked flying out of Detroit and different things. And the money part was all around by the time I picked my seat, whatever, and get that preferred time, which is leaving, like I said, early afternoon, late morning, early afternoon, and coming back, afternoon Vegas, because then I don't lose a whole day. So I found one airlines, Porter Airlines, and they have a wonderful setup, which is what I booked for this upcoming flight. It leaves 11:30 in the morning, Toronto time, so I get to Vegas 1:30 Vegas time. Not in person, lettuce, no, I haven't. So it gets to Vegas 1:30 in the afternoon, their time I deplane, whatever. Even if I'm a little early for my room, I can hang around, go have a drink, whatever. It's not a big deal. But usually the room is ready. Check-in's supposed to be 4 o'clock. I've got the whole day, and that's a Friday. And when I fly back, I leave about, I guess it's 2:30 in the afternoon, Vegas time, and hit Toronto around 10:30 at night, which is fine because that's my body. It's 7:30, so I'm not overly tired. I can drive home, and it works out great. And this airlines has fewer seats. More than that, Kimmer. I got the little more expensive ticket, and they only have 2 seats, not 3 per side. So I got an aisle seat, and I got it up front, so I've got the extra leg room, and I even get like old style, I even get a meal, like a hot meal, and unlimited booze, and I'm all set. Now, did it cost me more? Yes, it did. Okay, but at the end of the day, I am going to have a comfortable trip there and a comfortable trip back. And when I look at the whole thing, so what? If it cost me an extra few $100s from what it would have cost me to be crammed up like this for a 5-hour flight at my age, no, So yeah, it's about a 5-hour flight, Tony, which again doesn't. It's I mean, from where you are, everywhere is far. You know what I mean? Coming over everywhere is potentially far. But 5 hours, like I said, to be cramped in a plane. Now, if you're in a private jet and you basically sitting on a couch, you see some of those pictures of the really fancy ass planes and people sitting in like an easy chair, a table, having a glass of wine or something. I don't care if the flight's 10 hours. You know, it's a big difference. Sitting there partying with some close friends, but that's not in my price range. It's like cruising, right? I have zero problem to go cruising, but not in one of those floating apartment buildings with 3,000-4,000 people crammed into these little places, some of those little rooms. I'm not claustrophobic, but there's no way I would do that. That would blow my mind. Now, if I'm on one of those billionaire yachts, you know, the kind that are maybe 250 feet long and have got all this, and maybe you're there with, you know, a dozen couples or something having a good time. I'll cruise all over the world in something like that. I have no problem with the water. I don't get seasick. Hell knows I've done a lot of fishing, enough fishing on water. I'll tell you, at one point, my brother and I, the boat we had, we used to go salmon fishing down in Lake Ontario. And it was about an 18-foot boat, open boat, whatever, but not like a big cruiser. And at the back, we had the downriggers, which are basically weights that take your lure down to the level where the fish are at. So what it does is there's the weight line and there's a little release thing that holds the lure. So the lure is out flapping away. When the fish bites, that pull releases it from the down line, and now you have a free rod that's going. Well, my brother was driving, he was a good boat driver, and I was hooking up the line. So this one day, there were, I swear, they were 8 to 10 foot rollers, like slow rolling waves. Boat would go up, boat would go down, and I'm on the back, hanging over the boat, rigging up the line and doing this. The point with that, it never made me sick. That, no problem with that. Have I ever been? The answer is no, Lettuce. Never been on a cruise. Yeah, the Viking River cruises, those, I've seen those advertised, Kimmer. Aren't those like, they're smaller boats, right? You know, you're not talking there the big, huge, you know, Carnival cruise. Like, I call them floating apartments because there's just so many people on those things. The Viking, if I remember correctly from the commercial, is a much, I might consider that. But yeah, no casinos, nah. Yeah, casino coming up. Smaller boat, bigger rooms. Oh, there you go, Kimmer. And higher price, of course. But again, that's something to think about. To take one of those, I'll have to get myself a companion to go on the cruise with. Especially if there's no casino, because might have to do some adult entertainment. You never know. They say you shouldn't drink alone, but this doesn't count as alone because you guys are here. And like I say, I don't, I know a lot of times, yeah, oh yes, oh yeah, there you go. I know a lot of times when I go live, and I don't go live every day or anything, I usually have a drink or so, but I go, you know, I drank New Year's Eve, and then after that, the next drink I had was last Friday when I went on that dinner that I got invited to, which was a nice little surprise because I don't usually get to go out. We went to this fancy ass Italian restaurant, and I had a gourmet pizza. And man, they did it good. You know, you could tell when it's done in one of those good pizza ovens with the super high heat. It's like in Vegas they have I've had pizza at Pizza Rock, excellent, and Evil Pie is also supposed to be very good, although I haven't done Evil Pie. See Canada's beauty also. Hey, I'll tell you, Tony, that's the one thing that we do have in Canada is a lot of natural beauty. You know, I mean, the one thing, if you're in Boston, you're not all that close to me because the way the country goes, you're way out. You're closer to the to Dildo, Newfoundland, than you are to where I am because I'm about in southern Ontario. I'm about less than 2 hours away from Detroit, Michigan. So that's where my geography is. Which hotel? Who are you asking, Paula? You asking me? Anyway, if you make it to, we did Mediterranean. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a cruiser. Oh, that's right, Kimmer. I had forgotten. Yes, yes, international. Way more international than me. So, okay, Kimmer, on second thought, tell hubby to stay home. You and I'll go on a cruise. Just for once. No. Oh yeah, Tony, what your friend is thinking to come to visit Canada? I mean, if you're in my neck of the woods, you've obviously got to go to you got to go to Niagara Falls. I mean, that's a wonder that's unbelievable if you've never experienced that. Oh, I get a thumbs up. Okay, hubby, turn away. Go. Kimmer and I are flirting. I could still do it at my age. My goodness. Yeah. The one thing, if you when you see Niagara Falls, it'll blow your mind. But I'll tell you one thing to definitely do if you make it out there. I mean, growing up in Toronto. We went to Niagara Falls all the time. So it was about a little over an hour to get there. Hour and maybe 15, 20 minutes. Not super far at all. So there was a lot of things. Went as a kid and used to love, forget the falls part, go to the arcades or whatever. The Canadian side always had a lot more cool stuff on there to do than the American side. But one thing to do, oh, well, there you go, Slow. Yeah, exactly. When you live nearby, it's just a good thing to do. So, Slow, question. Have you ever done the Maid of the Mist boat ride? Because you go to Niagara Falls, do the Maid of the Mist boat ride. It is so real. Not so real. What's the word I want? Surreal. That's the right word. It's like a different dimension because you're down at the water level. You're down at the water level, and you're cruising right up to the Horseshoe Falls. So all around you is this curtain of water. But the wild thing is that I found is the roar of the falls is not nearly what you would think it would be. It's not quiet, but it's way different than the roar of the falls when you're watching from above. And even though this is a little fun fact that they only let the falls go at about 55% of the full water capacity. I don't know how many years they've been doing this, but they divert water and they're deliberately slowing down the flow of the falls because, of course, the falls are slowly eroding. And they're doing this plus of the tremendous noise. The traditional sound of Niagara Falls is just, it's literally a roar because of all this water coming down. It's pretty wild. But yeah, if you go there, go on the Maid of the Mist. These boats that go up there, and it'll scare the daylights out of you because you got this boat basically with its motor running to fight against the power of the falls, and you get up fairly close, and it's an eerie feeling. But I know the first time that I did, I had been to the falls so many times. That's true, Kimmer. It's like somebody turned the dial. Let's turn it to 50%. Yeah, because they divert water, of course, for hydroelectric and forever else. But however they've engineered to do that, they've done it. Remember a few years ago? I forget. Oh, that's lots of years now. You say a few years and then you look and it's like 30 years. That's what happens with time. When they actually shut off the American Falls. They shut it off. No water was coming over, and they diverted that water over the Canadian Horseshoe Falls. which the actual what we call Niagara Falls is that one little curtain of on the American side, and then the much more majestic is the Horseshoe Falls, which is exactly this big round thing of water. Huge. Yeah, they found all kinds of crazy stuff at the bottom of the falls and that kind of madness. And yeah, it's really neat. I'll tell you the neatest part. And if there was a time machine, I would love to do this. Okay, imagine this now. The falls comes down. So you have the Niagara River, and the fall comes down, and the water flows out and goes. And there is a spot in the falls where they call the whirlpool. I don't know how many 100 yards or hundreds of yards it is down from the actual fall, but it's not like super far. I don't even think it's a mile. I don't know. I should know this. But anyway, so the water comes, and then it takes basically a 90-degree turn and cuts down, and the falls continue. So the interesting part is if you look at the history of Niagara Falls, originally there was like Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, and it started to erode, which was forming the Niagara River, and the rock and sediment that's there is fairly soft in most spots. And so little by little, the falls started to form and started to eat away, and basically the river moved backwards until it got to the spot that we're at today. Okay, that's been the process. And that process, geologists are saying, was something, if I remember correctly, in the neighborhood of 10, 12,000 years, something like that. We're not talking millions of years. Now, there are spots, and there is a place, there's a park on the Canadian side where you can go on these walking tours. They're not tours, not somebody takes you. You just go, there's different trails. And I've done this with my kids. And we took a walk, and you go along right around these trails, right by the Niagara River, and the raging river there, incredible. And it comes out on the whirlpool, which is where this big 90-degree turn is, and the water is all swirling in there. And they've built a gondola thing that rides you across, like a cable car thing that takes you across the whirlpool. Okay, well, here's where I'm going with this. Different spots along there, they know, the geologists know, with the type of rock and shit that was there, roughly how quickly the water moved. And there's one spot where the water basically got snagged. The rock was much harder, and it took the river, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of thousand years to actually get past that point. And there are huge boulders that were there, because that used to be the bottom of the falls. And you can see them, and the wildest thing is the sand that was swirled around there. There are actual holes drilled into these rocks caused by the swirling sand that actually ate their way through the rock. You'd swear it was some modern drill or something cutting into it, and all natural. And that was cool. By the way, have you heard about our Olympian wedding turned into a drug lord for... What? He was from TO and had people unalived in Niagara Falls. No, I didn't hear that. I didn't. Anyway, Kimmer, let me finish my story. So the best part, what I was saying with the time machine. So, where this 90-degree turn happens, according to the geologists, the sediment, they're there, not sediment, but the actual geological structure of the land there is so soft that they figured that water made that bend in a matter of days. Could have been as little as 3 or 4 days. Now, there's my time machine. I would love to be there and watch over the matter of this falls basically cutting its way through and making a right-hand turn. And just when I heard that, it just, my mind went... Imagine actually watching this thing move like a router or something drilling through wood or something. It just absolutely... Well, oh, which hotel am I staying at? Hey, Mr. Irving. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming out. I'm staying at the Main Street Station, Paula. I'm a downtown guy. I'm not going to be moving around in the strip and that, too much walking. It blew my mind, Tony, when they were saying in a matter of days, and a para basically what's the right word? Now I forgot the word. Wine problem. Paraphrase of what they said was, as a matter of days, could have been as little as a weekend. Was the exact words that they used. All right, whereabouts are you, Irving? I was cooking today, Irving, and I did a disclaimer because I was making a side dish of vegetables, and I did do a disclaimer that there were no green beans in there, and I mentioned you specifically. So you didn't have to worry. So if you're going back and watching the beginning of this stream, you will not be freaked out by any proto beef products. Because that's how Irving thinks of vegetables, is they're on their way to turning into beef or some other good meat. So. Uh-oh. Well, this sets a halibut record. I've never been live for so long. Come on, guys, hit some likes. I'm going to do it, start milking for some likes here. We've maintained between 18 and 22 people in here for quite a while now. And I mean, come on, you've got to like some of the stories I've been telling. Because thank you. It just nudged up. Because I am a firm believer, I've always been a firm believer that if you're going to go live, I know people like to chat and whatever, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I think you owe it to the people that are tuning in to provide them with some kind of an entertainment. And I firmly believe this, and I say this with 100% honesty. I don't want anyone to visit, watch a video of mine or visit a live just because you feel you want to, hey, Mr. Bobo. Yes, exactly. I'm in row 4. That's my brother. He just came back from Vegas. Yeah, that's the only way to go. That's the only way to go. I'm doing Porter from now on. No more of this fucking bullshit or WestJet changed the plane halfway through. Oh, I'm getting a hot meal. Oh, fuck that. I'm getting a hot meal, booze, the whole 9 yards. But anyway, what I was saying is I want you to come because you actually enjoy what I'm doing. I mean, yes, the support is nice, but I'm not looking to grow my channel and be monetized. I'm too old for that nonsense. I have fun doing this, and I'm enjoying that. But yeah, I want you to feel that, hey, you know what? I enjoy listening to this guy, getting a kick of what he's doing, and I mean that sincerely. You have to be getting something out of this. I already am getting something out of it, or I wouldn't do it. Plain and simple, I wouldn't do it. So. Man, you're living in Vegas. Do a live stream. Holy shit. What, 6 times since when? Six times since when, Mr. D? What, 6 flights on Porter? Holy shit, man. You're going to Vegas every month. Good for you. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you got to come back. You got to come back because I know you were there in December. And did you fly Porter back in August? Yeah, I just discovered Porter because I had enough with WestJet. Fuck that. Damn, the last trip. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the way to go. The last trip, we leave the terminal. I've paid for a extended legroom seat. No problem. Sitting there. Yeah, this is good. I can handle this. My aisle seat. We pull out. We're about to go to the takeoff. And oh, we have to go back to the terminal engine problems. Okay. We go back. Sorry, we got to switch planes. They end up switching planes. Thank goodness I was only delayed about an hour and a half. That in total, which wasn't so bad because another plane was coming in. But of course, this plane didn't have the extended seats, so I got screwed there, and that's not going to do that again. All right, no, I understood what you meant there. So, David Delamora, can I tell them your nickname since they know mine? David Delamora is my only sibling, my younger brother. And both him and I were given our nicknames, both meant to be derogatory, and we've both owned them and said, screw this. Mine was Halibut and his is something else, but unless he gives permission, I will not say what that is. Oh, he said, yeah. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, no, that he was answering something else. What's Slow saying? I just realized I accidentally scrolled halfway back of the screen. Oh, what a Slow. Okay, so he said yes. So, he is known as Bobo, B-O-B-O, which is a derogatory Spanish term. So just like my nickname was meant to be derogatory, his was as well, given by a relative that we both don't really like a lot. But that's a whole other story for another time. So there you go. Did you hit the like button, Mr. Bobo? You better hit the damn like button. Hallie butt. That's Kelvy. Kevin likes to call me Hallie Bet when I'm doing a sports bet. How he said his name? Bobo. That's the name, Bobo. No ass room. What do you mean no ass room? How fucking fat have you gotten? I got a lot of. My ass isn't that big. I want the leg room. That's okay, Slow. We're blood family. We can talk like that. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I want the leg room. I don't mind the same width. The width I can handle. Baby love, exactly what it means. Yeah, exactly. Well, sure. Of your background, Spanish, absolutely. That's exactly how it was meant by the person who did that. So, like I said, we both kind of owned that.
Holy crap. Almost killed the whole bottle of wine. Oh well. Thanks, Kimmer. Cheers, my dear. Cheers. So, Bobo, when are you going to go live? Fucking cold noodles? That sounds gross. Go with the chicken bowls. My Life by Bon Jovi. Paul, I didn't even know he had a channel. This is the first time he's ever come into one of my lives. Yeah, that's it. His son Dom has been in my streams. He was in the last pasta stream I did. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, get him to come in. Get the lip to come in. Holy shit, family affair. Family affair. Hey, Michael's World, how you doing? I'm getting all kinds of different people in here. That's wonderful. Welcome. Welcome. Michael's World, you missed the cooking and the eating. The only thing I'm still doing is drinking my red wine. But we're having an interesting conversation. Now, this time of day, maybe he's working. Either that or he's involved in some adult entertainment. You never know. My goodness, new people in, 17 people. Hit the likes, people. Come on, Slow, that's your job. You're supposed to be milking likes for me. You're slipping, buddy. Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, you have to, and that's what happened with me. About a year ago now, actually. I wanted to chat in, because I saw all this chat and I thought, well, how do you do this, right? And you have to do it on your phone. So, okay, you have to create an account, which of course they call it a channel. So even people who don't post product up there, it's called a channel. And then I actually started posting some videos up there, and the rest is history. Then going live and what have you. But no, you've got a channel. Bobo, you've got a channel. If you're talking to me here, you've got a, yeah, Paula, that's where he stays. That's his preferred hotel, Four Queens. But yeah, no, it's not what you to do. He's got to create a YouTube channel, which doesn't take long, but he's got to go to YouTube and create an account. And they call their accounts, channels, whether or not you're going live or actually posting any content. Because a lot of people like just have a channel to chat, and they don't bother having any content on there. Bobo, you recognize this T-shirt? It's old and ratty, but I don't have to worry about being a bit. Don't have to be a bit ripe here, so don't matter. Slow, you're gonna get Kimmer banned from YouTube. Yeah. Same old ratty one. I didn't dress for this live. I had no idea. This is a record. It's never gone this live. Well, I think one of the dual streams I did with Slow have gone around this long. That's very possible, but never on a solo live. So that's been a fun afternoon. Fun meal. Oh my goodness. So what's new, Michael's world? Again, you're a different. Anytime, man. Anytime. I take free clothes all the time. So what's new, Michael's world? This, I think, is your... No, I don't know. I can't remember if this is your first visit to a live of mine. And I come to think of it, I think you have visited before. Oh, Lettuce is still here. Right on. King Solo Slots. Hey, remind me of Sir Ben Kingsley. No, but I'll take that as a compliment. One hell of an actor. And you're right. He was knighted. Excellent actor. I wish I had his money. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Michael's World, I'm not one of those people who just goes on every single live and what have you. I may lurk a bit on some things or doing other stuff. And this was kind of spontaneous because I had a request this morning to do a cooking stream. And so I did a short video of what I did in the morning. And then I said, what the hell? I'll go live and finish it off. And that's what I did, and that was over 2 hours ago. So yeah, this is what is in the goblet. What is in the goblet is this Chianti, Clemente VII Chianti, a 2020 Chianti that I've been sipping all afternoon. Quite nice, actually, surprisingly nice. I opened it because I thought that would go with the food I was preparing, but it turned out, yeah. I don't have much hair. Actually, you know what? I let it grow in. I usually buzz it right off and then let it grow in, so I don't worry about having to go to a barber. And let it grow for the winter, and then I'll buzz it off just before I go to Vegas, so I'll be able to go there with basically a skinhead. I don't mind. At least I don't have to pay a barber. And when you look at like some people, the best one, right? The former Prime Minister of England, the Boris Johnson guy. Do you remember what his hair looked like? And that guy probably paid £100 or more to have it look like that. Now, in my generation, that was a bad bedhead from going to bed stoned out of your gourd and sleeping, upside down with your feet on the ceiling or whatever, and you wake up in the morning and your hair's all like this. And he was Prime Minister of a major country, and he had hair like that. Unbelievable. So, going in April, man. I can't afford to go as often as you. I'm not rich like you are. Going beginning of April. Yeah, Mike, when I was your age, I had barbers too. Yeah, there's a time to have barbers. Just make sure when you get a haircut, you get a decent haircut, and you don't get one that looks like, why did you pay somebody to make your hair going all? You got long hair anyway, man. You just have to trim off some of the ends. Now, Irving, it's already been decided. The next cooking stream is going to be grilled shrimp. There you go. Baby love, shh. I was gonna do a side dish of beans just for Irving. Exactly, Slow. Exactly. Easy peasy. Don't have to worry. Don't even need a comb. Bobo, our dollar's taking a real shit kicking right now. That's the problem. Fuck, it's worth nothing. Lucky I brought back dollars from my last trip. That's fucking insane. We need Trump to take over the United States or take over Canada, and then we can have a decent dollar exchange. What did I pay for the ticket? Oh man, when I went back, it's all said and done. I don't know. Tax and everything, like something close to $1,000, somewhere around there. I booked it months ago because I've taken that afternoon, that perfect time slot flight. That's what I'm doing. No goddamn red eyes or any nonsense like that. I leave at 11:30 in the morning, our time, and I come back. Holy shit, that's good. How'd you get that? Oh, I know what you did. I know exactly what you did. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you did. That did you get the premium or whatever? They have the two levels. So which level did you buy? You'll have to tell me how to get the cheap tickets like that. I'll take that. What? First parking ticket. How long you been driving for, Mike? But we should celebrate. Mike's first parking ticket. Oh, is that all? You've only been driving 5 months? Oh, man. Novice. Novice. Okay, well, we'll do that. Border VIP. Yeah, I can sign up for that. Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. That makes sense. I've been driving 5 months. Yeah, but that's 5 months at a time there, Irving. That's not what he meant. That's a weird time. Monday, Sunday. Huh. There you go. Well, that's true. Yeah, I'm going for a whole week myself. First time. I go a week from now on. Yeah. Baby love, it's only smart if it's not too cold out. There you go. Yeah, free play is always nice. Hey, Bobo, is your buddy from the Godfather still at the bar? No shit, Darko died? Holy moly. Wow. Well, I'm not surprised. It was only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Wow. Oh, is that how old he was, eh? Huh. I knew he was a little bit older than me, but I forgot how long. Paula, Mark does not have anything to my brother. He gets pretty executive treatment down at the Four Queens. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The liver fund. I'm surprised he lived that long with that liver. I'll never forget when he showed up that morning at your place in Stroud there, and he was saying, "I need medicine." Fuck, what the fuck you talking about? Showed up there early in the morning. Yep, Mike, that's the guy right above your post. That's my only brother, my kid brother. Yeah, oh, he's a Vegas freak. He goes every couple months to Vegas. Yeah, he's much better off than I am. I'm poor. I was a little bit drunk. And I was the other day I was a little bit drunk, and then I was drunk, and I used to be drunk, and all of his stories were either he was drunk, he was getting drunk, or he was drunk in the past, and he was a bit sobering up. That was all his stories. Oh, true, baby love. My brother could tell you amazing stories about him and Darko. They actually did some work together. But let's just say the man was a little bit abusive of alcoholic beverages. And that's putting it politely, because apparently he just passed on. So. Everyone makes it to the final destination sooner or later. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's true. The witch is on the roof. I remember that. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, Irving, this man was a master. We're not talking like abusing alcohol. We're talking alcohol was his life. That's why we're kind of half laughing here that he made it as long as he did, because anyway, it's you cannot do that for forever. If you got Sicilian blood, of course you're going to get some good mafia stories. You have to, Tony. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point of being being a Ciciliani if you don't get any good mafia stories? Nah, you know what, Irving? I can see you abusing a green bean, but I don't think alcohol. I think you're way too responsible for that. I looked into to Detroit. Yeah, I checked that. No big deal. It was the same as flying out of Toronto, and less option. The planes had less options for seating and shit like that. Now, Porter suits me just fine. 2 seats instead of 3, extra leg room. Yeah. At the end of the day, whatever I spend for the plane trip compared to the overall cost of the trip is fucking peanuts. What's the difference? A couple bottles of wine extra or what have you? Come on. I'm not at my age. I'm not gonna nickel and dime. I'm gonna fly when I want to fly, have a comfortable seat. I'm not gonna sit there and squirm in there, my hip bothering me or something. You know what I mean? Because to save myself a couple of $100. Don't get me wrong. Sure, I'd rather have the money in my pocket, but I'm not going to. Oh, is that right? Where are you living now? Where the hell are you living now? You're not living in Barrie anymore? Oh, you're up in the Sioux. Okay. Oh, you made the move, eh? Good for you. I guess you got a lot of snow up there, huh? Yeah, I guess what are your options from there? You're probably better off flying out of the States. What is it if you just cross over to the Sioux? 4 feet came into, yeah, there you go. Cool. Yeah. Flying out. So okay, so in February, where are you flying out of? Toronto? Yeah, if you're doing Porter, you got to think 5 hours to Detroit. Yeah, 6 hours to Toronto. But you're flying out of Toronto, Porter. Oh, that's a long drive. That's a long drive. You going to Vegas with Dom? Marquette could fly to Minneapolis, then Vegas. I'm sure more expensive. Marquette? What do you mean, Irving? Right, fuck, what's the matter with you? Doctor's appointments. Fuck, don't tell me I'm healthier than you are at my age, man. You're supposed to be healthy at your age. Irving, what's Marquette? I don't understand your comment there. Because Irving, you're up around that way, right? Aren't you in Wisconsin or something? I'm trying to think now. Oh, okay. Okay, it's an airport. Yeah. Mr. B, you're at that age now where you have no choice, man. Just as long as the doctors keep you healthy and that's it, you carry on. So I don't complain. They're all happy with me. They got me how set up and I'm still kicking. Marquette. Oh, well. Man, what you got to do is quit smoking. Hopefully you've done that already. Other than that, you're fine. I am going to check out that Porter VIP thing, though. That's for sure. Because I see it on there, and I don't think I don't know if I signed up for it. Do they send you the updates, or not the updates, but the offers and that automatically, or you have to ask for it, or how does that work? Oh, there you go. Yeah, Vegas doesn't count. Yeah, it's hard not to smoke in Vegas. Fuck, you smoke even if you don't smoke in some hotels, and I know Fort Queens is pretty smoky. Emails automatically. Okay, I will check that out for sure. Yeah, the hotels get smoky. That's the whole thing. Well, there you go. Officially killed the bottle. Rest in peace. Oh, I got the app. The app I got. That I got because I just recently got a new phone. My old phone was so fucking old. There was even apps that I was using, it wouldn't update and whatever. And when I booked the Porter flight, I booked it on their website, and it wouldn't let me download the app because it wouldn't on my phone. So on Boxing Day, Nicole took me out. We went shopping. I got myself a new phone and new plan and all that kind of cool stuff. And I downloaded the app, no problem. Yeah, that's got to be what they. I see it. I see the icon on there. I don't think I bothered to click on it or what have you, but I will. Thank you. That's a good idea. Because what the hell? It'll be first time, but from what I see now, the planes are supposed to be really quiet and nice. Is that true, or that's just publicity on their part? Because I'll tell you, it seems like that's a newer fleet, and I've had it with WestJet and their bullshit with their plane. Daniel and Anna just came back from Florida, and they had the same bullshit with their plane, that they had to go and they had to change planes and this and that and delay. It's like the whole fleet is falling apart. So. Yeah, no. I understand. I understand. But, from what you just see, I mean, that whole idea of having 2 seats instead of 3, I like that. I got an aisle seat, so I'll be fine. That's good. New plane, whatever. We'll see. I will know soon enough. I just hope our damn dollar starts to recover a little bit. That's fucking bullshit. What's that now? Like about 65 cents? Holy crap. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Go with the Trump plan. Become the 51st state. Have a US dollar. Actually, you know what? That'll never happen. And despite Trump's bluster, that'll never happen. But what could and very well might happen is a closer economic connection between the U.S. and Canada. And oh yeah, okay. I'll ask for special. Callum, hello. I do not know who you are, but you're welcome. Thanks for coming in. Thank you very much. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. What I would like personally, because I'm old enough to remember, there was a time when the Canadian dollar was pegged to the US dollar. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, it was pegged at 93 cents to the US dollar. Could have been 91 cents, but it was 90 something cents. So that was always the same. So as the Canadian or as the American dollar fluctuated internationally, the Canadian dollar just kept that affiliation with the US dollar. Now, the argument is always, oh, if a country has a cheaper dollar, they can export more and blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, I call bullshit on that. And I'll tell you why. Because the United States, with the world basic key currency, right? Everybody wants US dollars. How do they export all their shit? They have a strong dollar, you have good product, people buy your stuff. Now here in Canada, I don't know the stupid idea, they said, let's let the dollar float. So, okay, fine. You're going to export more stuff, cheap stuff, but everything you're buying is going to cost you a lot more. So what I'd like to see is reestablish some kind of a closer. We're not going to adopt the U.S. currency, but there's no reason why we couldn't adopt, let's say, a repegging of the Canadian dollar. It's not going to be at 90 something cents, but let's say if it was at 80 or 85 cents, would still give the Canadians some kind of an advantage. If they needed that. We do 75% of our trade with the U.S. anyway. Doesn't it make more sense that we have a more aligned economic thing? That's just stupid Canadians, and I know I've lived here my whole... Tony, the answer is shit. That's the easy answer. It's worth shit. It used to be about 75, 76 cents just a year ago or so, and now it's under 70 cents, I think. I haven't looked recently. But, yeah, like my brother just said, you're paying $1.46 Canadian to get a US dollar. There you go. So, yeah. So that makes trips to Vegas and anywhere else in the States more expensive. It should not be. That's what kills me. The mentality was always, oh, we can do more international trade. We're still doing almost 80, but used to be 80%. Now it's 75% of our business with the United States. So what are the stupid Canadians? Oh, we have to do international business. With what, China? Dude, I don't care if we do business with China. I'm sorry, Trump's right with that. In different places. We're two countries. How many, what is it, 4,000-mile border? Largest in the world, undefended border. We do most of our trade together. There should be a closer economic tie. We're never going to be the 51st state. That's just Trump's having some fun with that. And we've got a prime idiot. He said he's going to resign, but he's still technically in power. And so anyway, that's my own personal opinion. I hope that there is a closer economic ties. See, we do crazy things here in Canada. Like we have certain... oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. We have more protectionism here in Canada on a lot of things. Like, for example, milk and dairy. It's protected here in Canada. And why? U.S. standards on milk and cheese and that kind of stuff is just the same as our Canadian stuff, but they're trying to protect the producers here, and so we have basically a supply control. You're only allowed to produce so much, and the prices are controlled. Well, that's socialism at its worst. So we pay more for those products, relatively speaking, because it's protected. So. Anyway, that's my little rant for the time. Oh, man, we still got 19 people in here. My goodness. My goodness, this is impressive. Impressive. So it obviously seems halibut sitting drinking wine is good content. Yeah. Hey, Ken Solo. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. The conversation is always real. That's the only way I'll have it. Otherwise, it's not worth it. This started off as a cooking stream, but the cooking is long gone, and the eating is long gone, and even the wine is long gone. So be almost time for me to call it a night or make some coffee. If you like watching streamers drink, Tony, you're probably right, man. You're probably right. There's never a problem with that, I suppose. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm at home. I'm not driving anywhere. So, as a Canadian, do you fight bears? Oh yeah, every other day and twice on Thursday. National pastime. No, I've never fought a bear. Yeah, right, Irving. Another 5 hours to go. No, I'd have to open another bottle of wine, and then I'd be like sleeping till Thursday. So Friday, whatever. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, no, yeah. I have to confess, yes. Even with a meal, a whole bottle of wine, I am starting to definitely feeling the bottle of wine. But no more after this. This is more than enough for tonight. Great day, Cushy. Thanks for coming in. So, Mr. Johnson, where in the great U.S. are you? Yeah. Oh, you snore like a bear. Gates of hell. You remember? Oh yeah, I snore, but my brother snores like the I used to tell him was the gates of hell. We used to go on fishing trips, and you have to come into more live streams, Bobo, and then I'll tell some great fishing stories that we have. I miss that, man. We got to go on a fishing trip, you and me, again, before I get too old. Go on a fucking fly-in trip or something. I'm serious. I'm saying it now in public forum. Before I forget how to throw the goddamn line. But anyway, yeah, no, he's terrible stuff. And he's also one of these guys, like if you're sharing a motel room, or he's one of these people, and if you're like that, you can say so in the street, has to sleep with the TV on. What the fuck, the TV's on? It's time for bed. I want quiet, I want dark, and I sleep. No, he's got to have the TV on. So I get pissed off if I turn off the TV. What the fuck you do? Turn on the TV. Oh, shit. Right? And then so I have to have earplugs because his snoring is like serious snoring. Yeah. No, white noise. We're not talking white noise. We're talking, as I coined it, the opening the gates of hell. So I need super first class. Oh, well, we'll get a fucking, I got a bad hip or whatever. You got bad knees. What the fuck? We'll get a place where they put you in the boat and they drive us around. I mean, we're not gonna be doing some of the crazy shit that we used to do 30 years ago. That's for damn sure. But I'm sure a place exists that we could pull it off, even if it costs an extra $1,000 or something for the price. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, there you go, Irving. Goes. Well, okay, no. I'm not spending $10K to go fishing. I could take that's too many Vegas trips in a 10K fishing trip. Well, the sad part is, who knows if any of these places are even like how ruined a lot of these places are. There's you know what though? I'll tell you something. There's where there's a kick-ass place to fish right near me is right there, Lake St. Clair. You probably know that already. Tons of fish there and everything, and a lot of outfitters and shit in there. From the U.S. side, from the Canadian side, lot of really good fishing spots there. All kinds of species, everything. I think they might even have carp for you, crazy bandit. My brother Bobo is the carp king. Come to my house, can go fishing small lakes though, unless you want to go on Lake Superior. Oh, there you go, Irving. Oh, is that right? Oh, God. What a Thessalon. Yeah, no, that's the kind of thing. Walking there in the river and shit there with bad knees and hips. Yeah, we'd both fucking drown. I remember that. We used to go for those of you just tuning in here, Thessalon is a little town about, what is it, about an hour east of the Sioux. And we used to go there every second year because they ran every second year to go catch pink salmon. And hey, a Brazilian, Mr. Santos. And so anyway, though, we have a few stories with that. The best story I like with that is the one time me, Bobo, and my dad went up there for the fishing weekend. It was usually around Labor Day, the week before, the week after, a lot of times right around Labor Day, and the salmon would run. And you'd go there and catch all kinds of these pink salmon. They weren't the greatest to eat, so a lot of times we started to eat them, and then this is shit, we just throw them back. Because, of course, they're spawning, and when salmon spawn, they don't eat, and their body is literally deteriorating because they spawn and they die, and that's the salmon life cycle. So anyway, on the way going up there, we see this sign for casino. There was no casinos in Ontario at this point. And we see the sign, casino on the American side of the Sioux. So we think, shit, that's not that far to drive. Maybe we should do that. So we're there for a long weekend, and told one guy I knew how to get them to bite in halibut green spinner. He thought I was nuts. Told the asshole that I was there for it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's another story. But I'm telling the casino story. So we go there. We fish the morning, and it's the afternoon. We thought, you know what? It's not that far of a drive. Let's go to the casino. So this is the first day of our trip. We drive to the casino, about an hour or so drive, cross the border. This is back when you don't even need a passport for the border. You just cross, driver's license. There, you're a Canadian citizen. And the casino is like not far. I think it's on Indian land, but it's not far. Nice casino. We went there, we played, had fun, whatever. We come back. The next day, we start to fish. Fuck the fish, this and that. Instead of fishing for 6-7 hours, I don't know, we fished about 2 hours off to the casino. Choom! Spend the rest of the day at the casino. The third day, we didn't even bother fishing. We just went straight to the casino. And that's a true story. Me, my dad, and my brother. That's fucking casino shit. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine this guy. Remember when we discovered the spinner? That was fun. That was fucking fun. We kicked ass. Remember the assholes trying to snag them illegally? Oh yeah, exactly. That was my dad. He could always con my brother into whatever we were doing, fishing or that, or something. He would always try to con him to offer him jugs of beer. But he would always say, I'll buy you 2 or 3 jugs. He maybe bought one. That would piss my brother off. He only got 1 beer out of that. Oh, yeah. My dad was a character. Salute, papa. Salute. So yeah, that was true. That was funny. There were people there at this fishing that we're talking about. That were trying to snag the fish because, again, like I said, when salmon spawn, they don't feed. So if you get them to bite a lure, it's more of a reflex action that it's like an aggressive action against something. It's irritating them, and they're not feeding. So we're going, how the hell we brought roll bags and stuff that we used to catch trout and stuff from way back, and see, they're not feeding. Well, I came across this thing, had this little spinner device, and it pissed them off. They were hitting, and it was working. That one year we didn't have too many. By the next year, we knew exactly what to buy, and we were putting these things, and it would piss people off. So we had the spot sitting there, and we would torment the other assholes who were fishing there and catching illegally. We'd make them throw them back, and of course they were fishing for food, I guess, because they get all upset when we catch the fish and just release them, throw them back. It's like, what are you doing, right? Screw you guys. Yeah, we had our moments. of being a little bit. It's not even fair to say we were being a-holes. No, it's not fair to say that because you know what? These people were. Yeah, Snaggers Row. You said Staggers. He means Snaggers Row. They would sit there with big lures and just like try to snag the fish. And a few that did it, we'd say, hey, that's illegal. Throw it back. And they did because we're big guys. My brother's bigger than I am. He's 6'6". And this is back when we're young and we can actually have a physical presence. Not, okay, now we're old. But, you know, and telling these guys, like, no, that's illegal, you know. Hey, Bobo, do you remember the time we caught the guys catching the illegal trouts and we tried to keep them before the cops came? Fuck, I'll never forget. I still remember that. We caught 2 guys that were catching trout illegally. We knew because we knew when the season was. It was 100% they were illegal. And we went and we actually parked our car in front of theirs and blocked them in. Now, this is before the time of cell phones. So we were hoping to flag down a cop or something. We gave them shit. They eventually kind of called our bluff and took off. Not much we could have done. Today's age would have been cell phone and cops and this is illegal. They would have been busted. They had the fish with them. We saw them carry the fish in there. And that really pissed us off. Because one thing I will say, where my brother and I, we were always very respectful of the rules for hunting and fishing, very much so, and that's something to can be proud of. You know, there's no sense to do it illegally. You know. Yeah, who illegal? What, them or us? Why not? We were making a citizen's arrest. We're perfectly legal. Yeah, that was out near Oshawa, Ganaraska, somewhere there, wasn't it? Wasn't it around there? Not the Ganaraska. What's the river there we were sucking the ice off of the line? What was that damn river over there? I'm thinking Ganaraska River. Is that the one? Port Hope. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever runs through Port Hope. Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, the Ganaraska. Okay, I was right. Okay, there you go. I'm not senile yet. And even with a bottle of wine, he still has some functioning neurons. That's good. Oh, well, this is definitely setting a record. We're coming up to 3 hours, and I thank all of you that have come in here. We still got 15 people on here, which is amazing. I do appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun. It's been a great afternoon. I think I'm going to call it at the top of the 3 hours because I've got to clean up. I've got food that's sitting out, and I don't want it to go gamey. Or mangy is the right word. It's not gamey. They came out really good. Bobo, I made some ribs. They were like, I made them in the oven. Talk about fall off the bone. Totally clean. They came out really, really good. Ciao, Tony. Thanks for coming in. Well, there you go, Bobo. Between the 4th and the 11th, that's when I'll be there. Now we're going to have to call you the Vegas boy. Going every couple of months, lucky dude. Yeah, this time I'll be there on the for a Friday and a Saturday, so I'll get to have the dinner buffet. Probably on Friday night when I first go there. Never done the Friday and Saturday before. But yeah, from now on, it'll be a week at a time. Extra couple days. Just have to bring a little more money, that's all. Yeah, he's the only guy I know that actually got a kick out of watching me eat at a buffet while he's sitting playing on a poker machine watching me at the Main Street station. This was back, good God. I think the second last time we were in Vegas together, it's probably 7, 8 years ago. I don't remember. He's still laughing. Okay, don't be an asshole. I'll have to time you out. Okay, everyone. You know what? I'm going to call it a night. It has been it's been a lot of fun, and like I said, I've just set a halibut record. So until the next time, I'm going to bid everyone a thank you very much. Thank you for coming into my stream, and I hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are. And even the people beside me laughing. Well, sure, they were laughing at you probably chirping. They weren't laughing at me. They were laughing. You can imagine him. He's describing me eating the buffet. And he's like getting a kick out of the fact that I'm looking. I might take maybe a little bit of this. I don't know what his problem was. I was examining the buffet, figuring a bit of this. Now, of course, I could eat a lot more back then than what I eat now. But anyway, it was a good buffet back then. It's still a good buffet now, a good bargain price. I can't complain with that. Fill your belly. The brunch is with tax, unless it's gone up since last year. It's like $26 taxes in for a person for the brunch buffet. Yeah, I'm killing you. Oh, you think I've changed? I haven't changed. My dying fucking day, I'll be the same. Yeah, no. You can't improve on perfection, Bobo. When you reach the pinnacle, you reach it. And on that bit of BS, I will bid you all a good night. Thank you again. I'm tuning out. And again, thank you very much for coming into my stream. Thank you for the likes. And hope you had fun. And yeah, I'll see you on another. I'll see you on another live stream soon. Thanks, guys. Bye now.